Thanks to hit songs like that one, Christopher Cross has been riding high for years. Until this year, when COVID-19 brought him low. He describes his ordeal to our Serena Altschul.
Well, it's not far down to paradise, at least it's not for me.
Christopher Cross has performed his #1 hit, Sailing, thousands of times before.
Oh, the canvas can do miracles.
But never like this.
Believe me.
It's his first session back in a recording studio since the 69-year-old was stricken with the coronavirus that nearly killed him.
There was some, come to Jesus moments or whatever where I was looking for any help I could get, through this, to get out of this thing, because I wasn't sure.
Unsure and starting over, much of Cross's life now is new. It wasn't supposed to be this way. 2020 marks the 40th anniversary of his self-titled debut album. It was a blockbuster, earning Cross 5 Grammy Awards, including Best New Artist. For a while, he was a king of easy listening, with songs like Never Be the Same Again, Think of Laura, and the Oscar-winning theme to the movie Arthur. Cross was set to launch a national tour this year, but 2020 had other plans. Where were you when you think you were exposed?
It was early March that I went to Mexico City for a concert. And to be frank, nobody knew about masks or anything like that. No one wore masks on the plane. No one was doing that. We weren't made aware that it was a problem.
Cross and his girlfriend Joy tested positive for COVID-19.
We both got very sick with COVID. We were sick for about 3 weeks. The biggest thing I remember is just incredible malaise. Just, you couldn't lift your head.
They both quarantined, and Joy improved. Cross thought he was getting better too, and in April felt good enough to go shopping.
And I went to the market, and when I got home, my legs just gave out.
Wow.
That was it. Couldn't walk at all.
He was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome, a rare disease in which the body's immune system attacks the nerves. His doctor believes it was caused by COVID.
Just boom, I'm paralyzed. I'm in the hospital, but I can't turn over. I can barely do anything. My hands were also paralytic, which was hard because I played the guitar, of course. I wasn't sure whether I would get that back.
Paralyzed in the intensive care unit, Cross didn't know if he would live or die.
I was in the hospital about 10 days, and it was the worst 10 days of my life. I couldn't walk, could barely move, and so it was certainly the darkest of times for me. It was really touch and go and tough.
What were some of the things you were saying to yourself in those kind of darkest moments?
I can tell you that I had a few conversations, when I was in there, with whoever he or she is, and just saying, if you could just get me out of here, I will be a better person, and just, that sort of thing. It's very, very hard. I mean, you're just looking for any sign of light, in that darkness. So whatever I did, it worked. I got out of there. Here I am.
And here he is, outside Austin, Texas. While the paralysis was temporary, the effects still linger. Cross, who was in a wheelchair, considers himself a long-haul COVID survivor. He now uses a cane.
So yeah, my walking is affected. My speech at times can be affected. Memory is a big deal, too. Just neurologically, I'm kind of a little foggy, Now, I'm on medication, a nerve pain medication, which also can cause some of the fogginess, but until I can get off of it at some point, I won't really know how clear I would be. But most people with Guillain-Barré heal about 90 to 100% over about a year. That's what my prognosis is.
That's the prognosis, that you will heal and you're on a trajectory towards healing.
Well, that's my hope, yeah.
Just a dream in the wind to carry me. Soon I will be free.
Part of that healing is playing the music, something unthinkable only a few months ago.
Fantasy, it gets the best of me when I'm sailing.
It's not like I'm that big a celebrity, but it's important for people to know you can get this disease. And so I felt it was sort of my obligation that I wanted to share with people. Look, you know, this is a big deal. Like, you got to wear your mask. You got to take care of each other because, you know, this could happen to you.
Cross can't wait to tour again. And what a moment it will be.
Sailing takes me away till I arrive. Always heard it could be.
What will that feel like for you when you head back out on stage for the first time?
Dream in the wind to carry me. Soon I will be free.
I don't know whether I'll walk out with my cane and I'll sit down on a stool, but I've got to tell you, and it's hard to, you know, keep it together here, but you know, my fans, I know them and they love me. I really feel in my heart, at least, that the fans are going to be with me.